Limerick City Community Radio.
Your city, your station, your voice.
Live from the LCCR Towers, you're tuned into Limerick City Community Radio, and you're listening to What's the Score for all things weird, wacky, and wonderful in sport.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all is a
We're joined, as I said, by Kieran is just coming. Hello, Kieran. How are you, sir? You're all right? Oops, we're putting that up there. Try it again now.
There you go.
There
Thanks,
we go. We're off and running. Sorry about that. And we'll be listening to a little bit from Kieran in a couple of moments because he had a very, very special guest in the studio last night for a podcast. So we'll have a chat with him on that in a few moments. But first of all, we want to say once again good morning to our special guest in studio this morning, and that is Jason Kenny. Good morning, Jason.
Morning, how are you?
Jason, for those of you that may not know or understand, is a bodybuilder. Aikido, is it?
Aikido.
Aikido. Black belt,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
is it done? Is it?
Fifth dan, yeah.
Fifth dan, yes. I'm catching up there. And the week before last, you went up to Belfast to take part in the NIFMA, is it?
Yeah. It's in Northern Ireland. It's the World's Bodybuilding and Fitness Model Association, yeah. So.
And you did very well for Limerick.
Yeah, we did. I took away 3 trophies, placing first and 2 of them and third in the other categories.
He's very modest, yeah. He's very shy. He's blushing though, he's trying to say that. Yeah, you came out, was it first in the physique, first in the body transformation, third in Athletic Worlds 2016. What's that?
Well, there's this, I suppose, a distinguishing feature between the two. One is kind of the shorts, really. Basically, you wear board shorts for it, so it's down to the knee, and then the other one is the shorts are shorter.
Right.
You're wearing Speedos, basically.
Speedos, basically.
Well, it wouldn't be the bodybuilding format. It would be quite different in that it's more physique, so you wouldn't have to do lots of poses and things that would be demanding of you in the bodybuilding circuit. So I suppose it's a new kind of, that's not new, but it's one of the ones that's really taken off at the moment and across the globe. And I suppose listening to an interview there from the Arnolds last year, they were saying that all these model magazines and fitness companies and supplement companies and clothes companies now have kind of really jumped on board with it, because most of these guys who are going on, obviously much younger than me, are ready-made models, so they're literally have an absolute lineup of a selection who they want and who they pick. So
no disrespect, but what age is yourself at the moment?
I'm 43. Well, I'll be 43 in June. So.
43, and you're competing with the likes of 20...
Yeah, 19 and 20-year-olds, yeah, so I'm holding my own with them anyway, at least.
So the difference then between, with bodybuilding is more is a bulkier...
Yeah, it's bigger, it's more... aesthetically, everything has to be bang on between your legs to the upper half as well of your body. So, they demand more vascularity and more size and more definition in the muscle. Whereas I suppose the physique competitor is your beach body type of athlete. But in saying that, if you look at the ones in America now, they've turned into bodybuilders. So they're trying to rein it back a bit at the moment.
And how hard is that on your lifestyle, really?
For me, it's not too bad. I mean, I'm always within 5% of where I'm on stage, thank God. So I don't need much work when I'm coming into it. The week of it is the crucial week. You get that wrong.
Compared to my 150%
it is tough on the body. And it's tough on everyone around you, because you're very selfish, really. It's a very selfish sport. So trying to spend time with your wife and kids and everyone else around you, and trying to do your day jobs and smile when your levels are very low and you're functioning on very low carbs and sodium levels. And
but your diet now, your wife and...
I have a wife and Audrey, and my 3 boys, Tristan, Ashton and Reese.
Now, how is the diet affecting, say, between you cooking at home and all that, are they all in the same kind of rotation meals, or?
No, they're not. The boys are great. I mean, they like to experiment with the stuff we're making, and I like to cook up different kind of recipes that incorporates almost like a cheat. So I might make up sweet potato brownies or butternut squash brownies, or I might make up protein muffins and all these kind of cakes, and sweet banana bread and walnut bread cakes and breads. But there's nothing in them. They're very low calories. I mean, most of them won't reach past 150 calories. And even the brownies are less than 100 calories. But when you eat them, they're filling and satisfies that need. So the guys are eating potatoes, and they're eating sweet potato and butternut squashes, and they think that they're eating chocolate, and they're not. So it's, you get around things like that as well. And like yesterday evening, I made a tuna burger for the smallie, and there was chives and there was everything in it, and garlic and the whole lot. And he didn't know, and he just thought it was a burger. He thought it was, and he loved it. And he had it with pita bread and lettuce and all, and he loved it. He absolutely loved it. So I try my best to keep it as clean as possible. And I break out every now and then and have a cheap meal. It's not that I don't want to. I can if I want to, but I just choose.
So do you do all the cooking at home, or is Audrey your wife? Is it?
Yeah, Audrey's a chef, so she's.
Oh, she's a chef.
Yeah, so it's handy.
That's handy, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, she'll do a lot of cooking, and I do most of my own cooking as well for myself. So so it's good.
So how long have you actually been in, we'll say, the physique game, or the
competitive side of things? I decided to do it in August as a tick the box, a bucket list. I had gone. I spent a year and a half kind of transforming myself. I had ballooned my weight. I'd gone up to like 106 kilos, 108 kilos, or something like that. And
jeez, but I tell you what I am then.
So I was pretty much 1 August. I was with the family in Kilkee, and I just got sick, and I was sick at that point of being sick. I was sick all the time, chest infections, and I thought, I can't do this anymore. This has to stop. It was a gorgeous sunny day, the rare occasions we get in this country, and I said, this is it. And I made a decision to move forward. So I was feeling unmotivated at the time, and I was just trying to get back into the zone. I'd spent most of my time helping everyone else and helping them about their diets and training other people, and you just forget about yourself. So I needed motivation. So I got onto a guy, Dave Young, and Dave gave me the kick in the ass that I needed, and he gave me the motivation. So I was able to kind of move forward on that. So I did that for a while just to give myself the boost, and went on from there. And then the following year, was almost to the date, I decided to go to Clonakilty and do like a beach body competition. And it was great. It was a great experience, and got a buzz from it. And the reason I was doing it is because you're always getting people asking you about, dieting for competition, and I thought, you know what, the best way to do it is actually just do it and see what happens. How you feel. And I felt terrible.
So, like, you're basically, I've got a little list here of stuff. You're near enough to Mr. World to come into Mr. Ireland, Miss World kind of competition, because you got formal wear competitions, which is judge obviously in your style and fashion, how you wear outfits and all that. The Mr. Athletic will be judged on a lean, healthy appearance with well designed, defined physique in midsection. So that's your midriff and all that. So body art.
Yeah, actually a guy from Limerick, Eamon Baggett, won that. It's a brilliant category, because the problem is with body art, it can really hide and shade the muscle. So sometimes you can't see it as well, and it doesn't show the definition in or the separation in the muscle. But that's not really fair, because the guy's put in huge work, and in fairness to Eamon, he had huge work put in, and it was fabulous to see the category. But across the UK, it's like that, and even in the States, they have all these different categories within the shows, which is brilliant.
Because you got that one then, Mr. Body Transformations, right? Is a section will be judged on the total change in your body look and appearance, one age class. So there's no. So requirements are are before and after pictures to be emailed to the competition. So, how far before and how far?
Well, you send in your photographs, or you send in an email, and you write your story. You tell them what you've done and how you've got there, and they have that in front of them, and then they judge you on stage. You've got to go on and you've got to compete with the other guys on the stage. So they ask you to do certain poses and certain parts of the routines that they want to see, and they just want to see how far you've actually taken that transformation. So it's not just simply losing weight. They want to see you having gained muscle and stuff as well, and you know, made an effort to take it that step further.
And of course, it's not a male-dominated sport, is it? You've got the ladies are well catered for. You've got a Miss Bikini competition, Miss Toned, Miss Muscle,
amazing. Actually, the girls, we were well impressed. In fairness to them, they, you know, high caliber. Real high caliber. It was a great show. It was quite busy. It was a busy audience as well. Fabulous venue, and I have to say the organizer Martin Spence was an absolute gentleman. He made sure that everyone, all the competitors were.
And of course, the funny one I'm looking at here, well, there's also the Miss Team Bikini model, but we won't go to that. That's for excludes under 16s. But you got the Miss Yummy Mummy.
Yeah, they're starting to bring these ones in. Yeah, I hadn't seen that one myself before, so yeah.
You have to have one or more children to be in the category, and you
can always borrow a few children, I suppose. For that.
So you're. Do you have a gym, or where do you actually train yourself, or have you got some business of your own doing all this?
No, I don't have my own gym. I train out of Nina, the fitness factory in Nina. It's a fabulous facility. To be fair, it's an old factory, I suppose, is what it was, and they converted it. But it's the guys under Graham and Andy are brilliant, and they've been very good to me as well. In fairness to them, as have had a lot of people. In fairness, people have really kind of rode in behind me and given me a bit of support, I suppose, as well. And Thomas in the vitamin shop here in Limerick, he's always, you know, on and helping me out. And even the likes of Shane Brody and stuff, they'll always ring you, how are you getting on? And, you know, are you okay? Everything, you know, going according to plan. And, you know, so that's that thing. And then just recently I've had Monster Clothing, you know, and help them out. And they're giving me...
the kit also.
They're giving me stuff as well. So it's great, you know. And
has Celia or any of those got in touch with you yet to do
no.
On the catwalk?
No, not yet. I don't think I'm tall enough. I'm only a midget. You know, so, but yeah, so it's great. But I don't have my own gym, no. And I do a lot of the training at home as well. And that's all part and package of being around and staying around the family as well. So I try to do a lot of my stuff would be a lot of calisthenics.
Now, obviously, you get a lot of youngsters seeing all these kind of things. So I'd like to do this. Now, really, to be honest, what's the best age for someone to think, to safely think of getting into doing something like that? Because, you know, as we all appreciate, youngsters are maturing different age groups. What's the safest for someone to start thinking of going into that kind of a
There's
regime?
different schools of thought for it, but youngsters from an early age have started playing rugby and they've started their hurling, so they're going through certain processes anyway. If they're to go into a gym, the youngest really should be 16, I would imagine, is the safest age. And even at that, bone growth is still happening, and muscles are still developing, and tendons can be torn. So you have to be very careful. If they're going in there, they should be going in under a guidance, really, not just willy-nilly. And that's the thing I find with a lot of gyms, is they have a tendency to just let guys in at the machines and do things, and next minute you see them sitting around the machine, and they're texting on the phone, and then there's a group of them standing around the machine, and it becomes a social thing, which isn't a bad thing, I suppose. They could be on the street doing it.
It's true, yeah.
But at the same time, I think guidance is everything for a youngster going in at maybe the age of 16.
What advice would you give to people regards now? So youngsters that are interested in sporting, stuff like that, and diets. Now, as you just mentioned there, you've got your own way of doing cooking at home, which you can cover up for your own kids and all that. And you're actually talking outside about that you're thinking of developing your book on it all.
Yeah,
thing, is it? It's
got to a point where I suppose I've created so many recipes, from frozen protein balls to banana ice creams to, you know, just, I suppose, cheat ways of doing things. And I've tried and tested it and given to the people. I've only there last week. We did a cheesecake, an alternative style cheesecake, and there was, I can't remember, I think it was like 106 calories per slice or something. It was.
I like the cheesecake.
Yeah, so do I. That's the problem. And versus your normal cheesecake slice, it could be nearly 400 calories. So you can eat this and actually enjoy it, and you're not feeling left out. You actually feel psychologically that you can do this, because at the end of the day, and I would say this to any of the listeners, that you're only satisfying about 3 or 4 inches, which is basically your mouth to the back of your throat, and there's a tiny little gap, and once it goes past that, that's it. Then it's gone. After that, it's hands free. So we really are only satisfying this small little part. If you can see food as fuel and not get caught up on, I have to eat this and I have to eat that, or I think we spend a lot of time thinking about it as opposed to using it for when we need it. But people need to eat regularly, and they don't. We have a tendency to starve ourselves as well, which is a big problem. And modern times have permitted us to, experiment with different cuisines from France, Spain, anywhere in the world, basically. Unfortunately, the companies are putting stuff in there that we're not able to read and understand, and as a result, while it's low calorie, they might be loaded with aspartame, aspartame K, or all the sneaky little ingredients that they're putting in there, and it's just poisoning you in other ways. So if I was to give advice to people, I'd say go back to the basics, go back to Mother Nature, go back to the whole fruits and veg that you can actually get. You can do fantastic dishes. You can make up your own sauces. It's all about really portion control and knowing how much to put into something. And like I tell a lot of people, if they're going to a restaurant, ask them for the sauce on the side, because in Ireland we have a tendency, or the chefs have a tendency to throw on like say Caesar dressing, for example. They'll throw the Caesar sauce all over your salad and your chicken and whatever you have inside and top of it. And at the end of the day, they're going, God, if I don't put enough in, they're going to think it's a terrible meal, or he's been very mean. But it's not really. It's not fair that someone should choose for you how much you should be getting. You should be able to choose that yourself. So if you ask for the sauce on the side, you'll find that you actually have left some, and you're getting less of that, and you're getting more of the healthier, nutritious stuff.
Now, we've got a little card here from you. Is this your own company, is it?
Yeah, it's a new venture we started, yeah.
And there's about the meals that you were speaking about there a moment ago. Yeah. And it's called, was it M for You?
M for You Nutrition, yeah.
M Nutrition. And you can get that, mforyounutrition.com. So, and that's MFORUNUTRITION.com. And it's an online diet and nutrition specialist team.
Yeah.
Now, all the recipes and the food stuff that you mentioned there earlier, are they all included?
Yeah, we do some of them online. We do, the good thing about this particular style is that you have someone in your pocket, basically. You take out your phone, you have them there 24/7. So it's basically having a personal nutritionist walking around with you all day. So I've had people who are abroad, and they're sitting at a table on a hen night and asking, oh God, can I eat this? And next minute you get a picture of the menu, and you go, no, don't eat that. Yeah, you can eat this. You can order that. And they've come back and they can't believe they're down weight, or that their weight is maintained the same. Or I've had one of the guys in the UK, it's spanned across from Austria to Australia. I have clients in the UK, everywhere across the globe with the online stuff. It's fantastic, helping out these guys. And to be honest with you, most of it was done, as favors and, helping people out and just seeing what things, but we're taking it to the next level. We're now stepping it up.
Have you filmed any of these with you preparing them at home and yourself? Have you?
No, I haven't, and that's actually something people keep asking me to do. And I suppose the fact we have an 8-year-old, 9-month-old baby running around the place screaming and hanging off of daddy's leg, that it probably wouldn't be the most ideal situation for the kitchen. But we're going to move into a proper kitchen unit, and we're going to be doing that in the new year. The meals is ideal. What happens with the meal basically is we prepare your meals, and my wife Audrey's a chef, as I said earlier, and so we prepare the meals literally Monday. So you have your meal, breakfast, right through to your dinner in the evening time, with all your snacks included. And then you get your Tuesday, your Wednesday, your Thursday, and we deliver again to you on Friday, right through 7 days a week. So you get that box, and all you have to do is take it out and eat it. So we cook for you. we buy your food for you and we do your diet for you. So everything is weighed according to you, and you'll do consultation with me as well then throughout. So we've had one woman there, she's been on, she's only with us 4 weeks and she's lost 2.5 stone. Guy started last week, he was 14 stone, he's now 13.5 I think, so he's dropping the weight straight away. And really what a lot of that is just regulating, and we take the foods that they like. So if they like salmon, you might like cod. Somebody else might like chicken. Someone mightn't like, it doesn't matter. We'll take the foods that you enjoy and like. We'll move them around and we'll start placing them in proper order. And then we'll put in some of the healthy snacks like the brownies and all those kind of things in there. And we even use jelly and custard and all that kind of thing goes in there. So people are actually getting what they want, but it's the amount that they're getting. They're eating quite regularly every 2 hours on the button, and they're taking it out and they don't have to do anything else.
Every 2 hours. I fancy that. You fancy the kid there eating every 2 hours?
Sounds good, Mike. Sounds good.
Okay, listen, Jason, I'd love to talk to you more, but we've got a few other bits and pieces.
No problem.
And hopefully we'll bring you back in during the summer, or during the new season.
Sure.
And maybe this time next year we'll probably see your book on the shelves for Christmas presents, yeah?
Yeah. Like Del says, this time next year we'll be millionaires.
We'll all be millionaires.
So it sounds like you're ahead of your time there, Jason, with the food and everything. I think a lot of people don't know that kind of stuff,
Yeah, and all it does is make life easier for people, and to be fair, like we're talking about like nutrition, and people don't want to know the structure of food and how to read a label. They just want to be able to eat and go to work.
People don't think about it these days. They just eat whatever.
That's the problem.
I mean, they probably think about it more and more.
Yeah, like I'll give you one quick story. We were coming back from the UK. We were on a seminar over, and a friend of mine, we stopped at Junction 14, grabbed something to eat. I had my own food, whatever, and we were just eating. And he was at that point kind of health conscious because obviously he's hanging with me for the weekend. So he went in, grabbed what he saw was like a chicken wrap roll, the ones that they'd split in half and they have in the packets. So he grabbed that. Yeah. So he grabbed that and he said, I'll just grab a coffee and have a grand. And he's eating away and we were chatting. I didn't say anything to him. We were, and he said, no, I said I'd get that. No, I didn't want to be getting Mars bars or anything, and he said, I said, well, actually, to be honest with you, have you seen the calorie content in that? And he goes, no. I said, look at it. Just something like 400 or 500 calories, and the thing, he nearly died. He couldn't believe it. Would that be
the sauces or?
Yeah, it was the sauces, preservatives, everything that they've thrown in on top of it. See, it was the whole thing combined together, and he couldn't believe. I can't remember exactly what was in it now, but it was something like one of those rolls, and it looked so healthy, and it was promoted as being healthy, and he absolutely couldn't. He was shocked. And I said, that's the problem. Our choices that we make sometimes are the wrong ones. You can go for something else thinking that it has more calories and it actually probably has less. And that's what we try to do. We try to take that guesswork out of it.
It's probably that people don't know, Jason, what's good necessarily and what's not. I mean, you go into a shop and I guess you think they're selling this to me, it can't be that bad.
Exactly. And that's marketing. And that's good marketing.
Like often probably the stuff with the labels are the stuff with the best the worst for you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. You have to be very careful. Really, really careful.
So I think there's really a lot of ground to be gained there in just educating people about what to eat or how to eat and how to look after themselves, I suppose. Yeah,
I've been asked to do a few talks as well, so I'm going to try and get that organised and just try and educate people a small bit as well and help them out, So if anyone out there...
Well, if there's anything we can do to help you out, by all means, just give us a tick.
The benefits, Jason, for people's health, like not solely through exercise, but also through what they eat is huge.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone says
feel better.
Well, that's it. Everyone says it's I train hard and I do this, but at the end of the day, realistically, your training's only 5%. The real stuff is your food and your diet, and that's where they say abs are made in the kitchen. They are, to be fair.
Haven't heard that one before.
Right. So, well,
thank you very much for having me.
Just to remind everybody, M for you, number 4, you, nutrition, and all the meals are on there. And obviously, it's wonderful to have another Limerick champion joining us here in the an All-Ireland champion even here in the studio. And wish you all the best of luck with the food, plus the body building or the physique and the whole lot. So, Jason Kenny, thank you very much.